Okay, hi. Today we're focusing on Japan for our video lesson. You know, this week our theme is around the world. So with Japan, what we're going to do today is origami, which is the art of paper folding. In Japan, the capital of Japan is Tokyo. It says that there are over 9 million residents, and that's more than New York City. In Japan, they speak Japanese, and they eat a lot of rice, fish, noodles, and soup. The kimono is a traditional robe worn in Japan. A famous hobby in Japan is origami, or paper folding, which we're going to show you an example of. Origami is made of 2 words, oru, which means paper, and gami, which means fold. So origami means folding paper. And with origami, you're basically folding paper into dimensions to create a design. Okay, so for our lesson in your packet, we had a lesson for you to create the Pikachu. And that's from the Pokemon series. However, when we looked at the packet, we noticed that the last page to show you how to complete the Pikachu was missing. So we're going to modify the lesson this week. You can still do the Pikachu if you want to Google the actual completed lesson and be able to see what the finished page is. And if you want to do it, this is what it will look like. This is a version of Pikachu. I'm pretty sure you all can fold a little bit better, maybe. But, you know, it does look sort of Pikachu-ish. All right, so instead of doing the Pikachu, we're going to do one that a lot of you are familiar with because I've seen you make them before in class, which is the fortune teller. Here is the completed example of the fortune teller, and I'm going to show you quickly how to make the fortune teller step by step. All right, you know with origami, you usually have a sheet of usually colored paper, and there is actually origami paper. They sell that, but we don't have that today. We're going to use regular construction paper. So with origami, you know the paper is usually in a, most of the time it's usually in a actual square with equal sides. So the first thing we want to do is fold it to get it in a perfect square. So you fold it over on one end, and then you take the other end and fold that over. And then you see this little piece that's sticking out, you fold that upward or backwards, either way, because that is the piece you're going to cut off. All right, so that little piece there, take your scissors and cut that off. All right, so now when you open your paper back up, it's a perfect square. All right, so the next step is to fold in your corners. And you know, if you can see or looking at your paper, you see that there are fold marks. In origami, you usually use those fold marks to signify different points in which you may have to meet to fold. So we're going to meet at the center of the fold marks. And you fold each of your corners into that center. And if you cut your paper right, it should pretty much meet sort of perfectly. But the main thing is making sure that it doesn't overlap on each end. All right, so see, we folded that and another perfect square. Okay, and then you take your ends and you fold them over or flip it, and then you fold that end over again. The fortune teller is one I don't do that often, so I have to look at the directions to make sure that I'm doing it right. So again, you're meeting at that center point with your folds. And then you take it and you fold it in like that. And then you see those little pieces, they should be on the outside, not the inside. So if you did it right, those will be on the outside. Then fold it on the other end the same way. And this is giving you those creases that you'll need to make the actual fortune teller. And that's it, you're done. With the fortune teller, you know, you use that to make different things. Some of you can put numbers and words and make a game out of it. And that's it for this week's lesson. Thank you.